This really is the season that keeps on giving. We've seen character reveals, huge updates for existing games, and finally, Soul Calibur 6. The trailer was short but sweet, and left everyone thinking the same thing. Ivy is going to look fantastic in this game. I mean, can you even imagine? Her voluptuous form complemented with the Unreal 4's physics engine? Okay, back on track. While this trailer is short, it does show several new gameplay mechanics and hints at the game's setting as well. Let's dissect this trailer piece by piece. First off, it's very clear this is the prettiest fighting game yet. The stage alone is enough to make your jaw drop. Not too surprising since Soul Calibur 5 was already gorgeous, and honestly still looks better than most fighting games today. After the establishing shot, we see Mitsurugi, and he's very young. So young in fact, that many have assumed this game might be a prequel, which is a strong possibility. Although the game could also take place during several different timelines, or even merge multiple time periods together with some multi-dimensional plot twist nonsense. Either way, there has been some leaked concept art showing characters from Soul Calibur 5, which means this game likely includes a healthy mix of old and new characters, which is a much better idea than what Soul Calibur 5 did by replacing half the cast. Remember the fighting game commandments, it's always better to keep the fan favorites than replace them. Now you should always add new characters, of course, but make sure to never exclude the most popular legacy characters or the fan favorite characters. Speaking of new fighters, we also see a new fighter who's hinted at and wields a dual blade. This is likely a new character, but some players have guessed that it could be Hilda, since she wears tons of armor and wields a lance, which does look similar to this weapon. Some have even speculated that it could be Nightmare, since one of his concept images actually does use a similar weapon. But it's most likely a new character, and he's most likely a dude. Not exactly curvy enough to be a female character in this franchise. Speaking of curvy characters, Sophisha also makes a return in this trailer, which means we might not be seeing Pyrrha or Patroclus in this game, since they both do use her moves, although we could still see their Omega and Alpha forms instead. Both Mitsurugi and Sophisha trade a few blows, and this sequence ends with a super move. Critical Edge. The supers keep changing names in each game. It's honestly really hard to keep straight. Sophisha is launched into the air for a shameless cleavage shot, and then we see cinematics from all the different games. This also supports the theory that this game will include characters from each timeline, or at least a few of them. We then see a preview of Sophisha's intro and some more fighting ensues. Only this time we see Mitsurugi absorb a couple of hits. This causes his blade to glow, and then he unleashes his energy on his next hit. We see this new mechanic twice in the trailer. Both characters can power up their weapons by blocking. This is likely done by just guarding, or using some new block mechanic entirely. For anyone who might not be aware, a just guard is when you block just before the opponent attacks, instead of just holding down the block button. I'm honestly very excited for this new mechanic, since past Soul Calibur games didn't really reward defensive play. Instead, you always wanted to be the person attacking. So it's nice to see a new mechanic that rewards a player with good defense. At one point we also see both characters clash and stumble backwards. Some have speculated this might be a new mechanic as well, but I think it's just a weapon clash. This mechanic always existed in past games. If you and your opponent both attacked at the exact same time, then you would both get stunned and stumble backwards, and I believe that's what's happening here. There's also a moment where Sophisha dodges with a certain move. Some have guessed this might be a new mechanic as well. I honestly just think the game is showing how you can dodge with certain moves, instead of always having to sidestep. Certain characters might have more mobility options than others. To finish things off, we see both characters power up their blades and go for a finishing blow. This could be a new mechanic as well, or just the first part of their super moves. It could also be the characters powering up at the start of a round. This actually happened in Soul Calibur 5 if you were losing. The game would grant you more meter, and your character would do a unique animation. That being said, I doubt this game uses any meter at all. The head developer has stated that this game borrows heavily from Tekken 7, so you likely get access to the super when you're low on health. And the lower your health is, the more damage your super does. Alright everyone, that's all I could dissect from this trailer. If I missed anything, please post down in the comments below. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. That will notify you when I make a new video, and you don't want to miss them because they're always fun. I also sell t-shirts if anyone's interested. Every purchase helps this channel and you look good while doing it. If you want to support the channel more directly, then of course there's always Patreon. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.